Blue Star High Secondary School video classes for 9th standard mathematics. Happy morning students. Today we are going to see 4.4 parts of a circle. First we know about circle. So circle is a geometrical shape. Example for circle is CD and basketball ring, then cycle wheel, then Saturn ring or some of the examples of circle. A circle you can describe is the set of all points in a plane at a constant distance from a fixed point is called the circle. So the fixed point is the center of the circle. The constant distance corresponding to a radius of the circle. இப்போ நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு சர்க்கிள்னால் எப்படி இருக்கும்ன்றது தெரியும். அதோட சென்டர்லேருந்து ஒரு லைன் சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு லைன் ட்ரா பண்ணால் தட் இஸ் கால்ட் radius of the circle. Then a line that cuts the circle in 2 points is called a secant of the circle. Then a line segment whose end points lie on the circle is called a chord of the circle. A chord of a circle that has a center is called a diameter of the circle. The circumference of a circle is its boundary. For example, if we imagine this is a circle, this is called the center of the circle. So O to B is called the radius of the circle. O to B the radius and AB is the diameter of the circle. Then here PQ. In this we can see PQ, RS or the chords of the circle. So இப்போ இங்க RS, PQ அதெல்லாம் வந்து chord of the circles. Then next one is concentric circle. Circle with the same center but different radii are said to be concentric. So here are some all real life example. An artery target, a carom board coin and water riffles are some of the examples for concentric circles. Then next one is congruent circle. Two circles are congruent if they are copies of one another or identical. That is, they have the same size. Here also some real life examples for congruent circles. The two wheels of a bullock cart, the Olympic ring are the examples for congruent circles. Next one is position of a point with respect to a circle. Consider a circle in a plane. So here we are considering a circle in the plane. Consider any point P on the circle. If the distance from the center O to the point P is OP, then OP is equal to radius. So OP is equal to radius means if the point P lies on the circle. If OP is less than radius means if the point P lies inside the circle. So அது வந்து inside the circle குள்ள இருக்கும். ரெண்டும் ஈக்குவலாக இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அதுதான் ரேடியஸ். அது எங்கே லை ஆகும்னா சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸில் அந்த பாயிண்ட் லை ஆகிருக்கும். தென் ஓபி இஸ் கிரேட்டர் தென் ரேடியஸ் அப்படின்னா இஃப் த பாயிண்ட் பி லைஸ் அவுட் சைட் த சர்க்கிள். ஸோ எ சர்க்கிள் டிவைட்ஸ் த பிளைன் ஆன் விச் இட் லைஸ் இன்டு 3 parts. Then you have to know about some theorem statements. So theorem 1, in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So you have to just know about the statement of the theorem. It is enough for you. So in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. This is theorem number 1. Then theorem 2, a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. ஸோ ஒரு parallelogram-ஓட diagonal அதை எப்படி டிவைட் பண்ணுன்னா 2 congruent triangles-ஆக அதை டிவைட் பண்ணும். This is theorem number 2. Then theorem 3 is the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So the opposite angles of a parallelogram, are always equal. Theorem 4, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. It is obvious. So theorem 4 is the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Theorem 5, parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. So this is theorem 5. So parallelogram same base between the same parallels are equal in their area. Then corollary 1, triangles on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. So similarly for parallelograms, triangles having same base between the same parallels are also having equal in area. Corollary 2. A rectangle and a parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. Theorem 6. There is one and only one circle passing through three non-collinear points. So there is one and only one circle passing through three non-collinear points. This is theorem number 6. Theorem number 7. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. The perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord which bisects the chord. So converse of theorem 7, the line joining the center of the circle, and the midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. Theorem 8, equal chords of a circle subtended equal angles at the center. Converse of theorem 8, if an angle subtended by two chords at the center of a circle are equal, then the chords are equal. Theorem 9, equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. Converse of theorem 9, the chords of a circle which are equidistant from the center are equal. Theorem number 10, the angle subtended by an arc of the circle at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So on help of this theorem, we are going to solve the problem. So you have to know about the statement. So the angle subtended by an arc of the circle at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Theorem number 11, angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. Theorem 12, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Then converse of theorem 12, if a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is supplementary, then the quadrilateral is cyclic. So supplementary we know, if you add the quadrilaterals, you get the angle is 180 degree. Then theorem 13, if one side of a cyclic quadrilateral is produced, then an exterior angle is equal to the interior opposite angle. So one side of a cyclic quadrilateral is produced, then the exterior angle is equal to the interior opposite angle. So in this unit we have only 13 theorems. You have to know the meaning of the 13 theorem statement alone. It is helpful to solve the problems.